Hello everyone, this is Vablonsky again. Today I'm trying something that caught my attention and that I really want to try. It's a Cro-Gel sandwich. If a croissant and a bagel had a baby, this is what it would be. Part croissant, part bagel. A bakery here in the DC area serves it. In addition, it offers other enticing French baked goods as well. So it's the creative Cro-Gel sandwich and the charms of French baking on today's episode. Thank you for joining me today on another episode. I appreciate it. Today I went to a place called Fresh Baguette. Fresh Baguette, I believe, is a chain. It's a French bakery cafe chain locally, I believe, here in the Washington, D.C. area, with locations, I think, primarily, if not exclusively, in Maryland and in Virginia. And so I'm in Maryland today at one of their locations, and I got a few things to sample. They are well known, and they came to my attention because of their Cro-Gel sandwiches. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a croissant hybrid crossed with a bagel, I think. So it's a croissant bagel hybrid sandwich. So the sandwiches have various fillings and you can get a selection of different kinds of sandwiches, but essentially the sandwich itself is made from a Cro-Gel, a croissant bagel. So I got a few sandwiches to try and a few other things inside the bakery, but let me get started with the sandwiches and let me take a look at the first sandwich. This first sandwich, I don't think it has a name necessarily, but it consists of bacon, caramelized cabbage, a fried egg, I believe, and some Swiss cheese with some greenery. I think it's arugula. Let me look at it. Oh, yeah, there's arugula in here. And I see, there's a spread. I believe that's the garlic aioli, I believe. There might be, yeah, I can see the bacon. It's kind of glistening on top there. It looks almost like a tomato, but it's not. It's kind of off brown, kind of reddish. Those are slices of bacon. So yeah, let me get started. I can see on the top too, there's sesame seeds and black sesame seeds on top of the Cro-Gel. Here it is. The Cro-Gel sandwich. It is nice and flat. It is certainly bagel shaped. Here it is. Let me take a bite. Wow. Let me take a few more bites to gather my thoughts, and I'll comment afterwards. Wow. That is decadently delicious. Wow, that is good. Actually, that white layer there that I thought was aioli is actually the Swiss cheese. Let me not misinform you. The aioli is spread underneath the generous helping of the caramelized cabbage. This is red cabbage, obviously, and it is delicious. You wouldn't think a cabbage sandwich or a sandwich that features cabbage so prominently would be so delicious. And what's going on? basically, it's a harmony, a synthesis of delicious flavors combining into one unit. The cheese is really dancing along with the bacon. I don't know what kind of bacon they're using, but it's a very kind of aromatic, smoky kind of bacon, and the Cro-Gel itself, the croissant bagel. It's basically, you know what? It's basically a croissant that's shaped into a bagel. It's round. The kind of doughy aspect that you would get normally with a bagel is absent. So I think the hybridness of it is basically all it is basically is a croissant that's shaped like a bagel. I think that's what's going on. Oh, oh my God. I've been foiled again. That white layer that I thought was the garlic aioli, then I identified it as the Swiss cheese. It is in fact, oh look, I can see it really clearly now. It's the fried egg. That's the kind of protein punch that I'm also getting. That kind of jab of protein. There's the yolk right there. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next sandwich, and this next one does have a name. It's called the Village Cro-Gel, I believe, and it has chicken, that same medley of lettuce, and some tomatoes, I believe, and oregano, and yes, it does, I believe, let me look. Oh, yeah, it has the garlic aioli on it that I talked about earlier. It has a very prominent white kind of spread. Let me grab this and begin. This one has chicken. I didn't mention that. It has chicken in it. That is the showpiece on this Cro-Gel sandwich. Wow. Wow. The Cro-Gel on this one seems more crisp. Wow. I mean, it's a very dark brown. I mean, it was basically bathing in an oven somewhere. I mean, it is really golden brown in a very dark and alluring way. Again, it has the same kind of black and regular sesame seeds on the surface, on the top there, and the flaky croissant characteristics here on the bottom, and you can just see the flakes. Ooh, I mean, the flakes are just coming. Look, the flakes are coming off. This thing is so flaky. There's a very palpable, well-executed deliciousness about this Cro-Gel sandwich. The chicken, I believe it's white meat chicken, but it's not dry. It's really delicately soft. You have the brightness of the tomatoes and the kind of crisp, crunch of the lettuce. Well, not the lettuce necessarily, but it's basically a salad on top of the sandwich, or on the inside of the sandwich. It's like a spring mix, basically, on the inside, not lettuce. I don't want to give the impression that it's exclusively lettuce, but it's not. It's like red lettuce, arugula, the kind of greens that you would find in a spring mix if you went to the grocery store and bought a green mix, in the produce aisle or the produce section where they sell the salad dressings and the tomatoes and the cucumbers. That's where you would find this kind of mix. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move on to my next item, and it's a quiche. I believe a quiche is a tart, a pastry tart that's filled customarily, I think, with egg custard. And the one I got has bacon in it and some spring onions, and the lady at the counter told me that there's paprika on it as well. I don't know if it has a specific name. I think it was just called the winter quiche or something to that effect. And, I took a knife out to cut off a wedge as if it were a pie. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but that's what I did. So I'm looking at a wedge. I see some egg and some meat content. I believe that's the bacon. And so it looks eggy and kind of bacony. And let me try it. And you can see me grabbing it with my hand, like if it were a donut or something. I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to eat it like this, if you're supposed to be more civilized with a fork and knife or something. I don't know, but I'm eating it like this. Flaky, buttery, eggy, and there's that kind of smoky incisiveness coming off the bacon. The paprika is very, very subdued. If I can't even tell if it's there really, because that bacon flavor is very pronounced. Wow. But that is unequivocally delicious. I mean, there is no debate about that. That is delicious. I took off another wedge, and clearly it's browned very skillfully on the top. You can see the contents, the interior contents, how well blended the bacon and the egg is, melded together into one harmony. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move on to the croissants. You can't really visit a French bakery. Any self-respecting French bakery is going to have croissants, and they're going to try their darn best to make the best croissant they can, because this is an essential part of any French bakery. And the ones they have here, I got two of them, look the part. They're out of central casting. I mean, look at the ridges and the golden brown striations on these two croissants. They have the textbook golden color. I mean, it's like an artist, a painter, brushed his paints over this and made it perfect. Wow, look at it. I'm grabbing it now, and I'm just kind of delicately holding it. It's very light. I can tell it's light and airy, and the bottom is nice and golden brown. The whole thing is golden brown. It is just a perfectly executed crescent shape with all the layers, on the surface, and it's very pronounced. It has a nice pointy edge. Let me take a bite of this thing. Wow. Fluffy, airy, delicate, buttery, decadent, indulgent, satisfying. Wow. That is the fresh baguette croissant. So I got a couple of baguettes. This first one is called a traditional baguette. I couldn't help myself. I had to try the baguette. I mean, it's fresh baguette after all. That's the name of the place. And so this traditional baguette is, I'm looking at my menu notes. It's made of a white and rye flour, and it's fermented. So it's kind of a sourdough French baguette. And so it's fermented for 24 hours. I was told, or I read. So that's what a traditional baguette is. Are all traditional French baguettes like this, or is it just theirs? But it's traditional, so I mean it's a traditional baguette. So I mean I'm guessing this is a very standard baguette. And so it's a sourdough. And I took the knife that I used earlier to cut the quiche. I took a segment off of the long baguette, and I brought some butter with me, some high quality butter, because I knew I would be getting a baguette most likely, and then I would need to spread it with something. And so I'm going to put this very high quality butter on top of this slice of baguette, and let me try it. Oh. Wow. Okay, it's chewy. I thought it would be more crisp. It is crisp, but the chewy nature of it is very, very prevalent and very upfront. And this butter that I'm using is actually very buttery, very tasty, and it's lubricating the bread very well. Okay, the second baguette is called the Parisian baguette. From my notes, it says that this is yeast-based, it's light and fluffy, and on the surface of it, you can tell the difference between it and the previous baguette. The traditional baguette had a kind of uniform appearance on the exterior, whereas this Parisian baguette has kind of twisted striations, a segmented look to it. It has a kind of compartments on it, segments of coloration, and so that's how you can tell them apart, I guess. And I'm going to wedge off, I did wedge off a segment or a piece of it with the same serrated knife I used earlier, and so I'm not going to split it open and have two flat platforms of baguette. I'm just going to take the segment whole. I'm going to hold off on the butter too. let me take it. Oh, here it is. Wow. It's crispier, or crisper. It's firmer on the outside. And it's very delicate and airy on the inside. With that classic crispness and that classic contrast between the snappy, crisp, firm exterior and the fluffy interior. In fact, this one, despite being called a Parisian baguette, I mean, I associate this kind of baguette as being the traditional one, because if you looked up, what is a textbook baguette, this would be it, rather than the traditional one I had just a moment ago. I mean, I don't know. I'm obviously I'm not French, and I'm not a connoisseur of French baking necessarily, but this strikes me as very traditional. Oh, let me try it with some butter. I lathered it up with some butter, maybe a little bit too much. I don't know, but here goes. Here's some butter on my Parisian baguette. Yeah, that butter does help. Doesn't taste dry. It has a very moist butteriness, obviously, from the butter. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm using Kerrygold spreadable butter. This is a really good butter. Wow. I mean, this is high quality butter. It really is. Wow. And having had both baguettes, I would have to say that I like this one better. this Parisian baguette because I like the contrast of that really snappy firmness on the exterior and the kind of delicate, fluffy quality on the inside. I think, to me anyway, as a layperson, as a non-French person, as a kind of non-connoisseur of French baking. I mean, I've had my share of French baking over the years. I mean, I've been around, but I wouldn't call myself an expert. But this seems more traditional to me, and it seems ironic. Thank you so much for joining me today and sticking around all the way to the end. Well, that wraps up another episode. And what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the food that I ate today? Please leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you enjoyed today's content, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, check out the titles in my homepage. Do my episodes interest you? Do they look interesting? If they do, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. I'll catch you on my next episode coming up. Until then, please take care. Get something good to eat and be safe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.